Content warning. This podcast is intended for a mature audience. Contains graphic descriptions of violence and explicit language. Hello, you're listening to Pods of the Multiverse, Season 4. We're playing 5th edition D&D, and I'm Jimmy, the DM for our game in Eberron. Joining me for the last time this season are 4 of my best friends.
I'm Andy. I play the Green Warden, named the Green Warden, observer of the cosmos and of the sovereigns, and new visitor to Stormreach.
My name is Geppi. I play Alfonso Carlucci Roccatella, who will probably tell you exactly where his brother is, even if you're literally trying to kill him, apparently.
I'm Scala. I play Istvan of Clan Gunvald, now with 5 o'clock shadow. There we go.
Got it in
Nice.
Nice.
And I'm Alexa, and I play Hematite, who likes to play cards and get stuff.
one. Straightforward, that Hematite.
Accurate statements.
It's important
On
stuff.
brand.
There's a list of stuff.
Yeah.
That's
It's all
pretty much
very
it.
important.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how our heroes are doing on their vacation in Stormreach. Here's episode 12. Last time, Istvan, Alfonso, the Green Warden, and Hematite, with no help from the expedition crew, defeated the Black Dragon Ultarantrax, who sought to collect Luciano's soul. After that fateful battle, Professor Croswell explained how his calculations led them to a point of prophecy in this place, at this time, and Rizian made amends. They finished their journey back to Stormreach, where they debriefed and decompressed at the University Club. Istvan and Alfonso received recompense for their efforts. The Green Warden looked for meaning in the stars, and Hematite lost his first game of cards. In the morning, Istvan went to the House Kundarak office to cash their paycheck, and found themselves face-to-face with their estranged brother Bogner, while Alfonso hit the books in the library.
Fuck, that's right.
Yeah. So, Alfonso,
Here we go.
starting bright and early here in the library.
Mhm.
You're the first one downstairs. No one else is around yet. Just you in this library. Where do you want to begin?
I suppose I would start with books that talk more about the concept of a soul, and if I can even find it, something about transference of it. But I'm not looking for anything that is super related to necromancy. If it's like a necromantic tome, that's going to be of less interest to Alfonso.
Okay. Go ahead and roll Arcana. It's not especially history focused.
It's great for me. This is a 23.
So, on a 23, there are a few cursory mentions of souls in topics pertaining to magic and planes and things like that. But specifically transference not having to do with necromancy, you're not finding really anything like that.
Okay. I think the next thing I would like to look for is just general history around constructs, but really more sociological, like how constructs go about in a society. If I were to find a construct milling about Stormreach or Sharn or anywhere in Carnath, what does that look like for the construct itself? Very random example. One of my coworkers found one of those Amazon bots being bullied by children. Does that happen to constructs in these cities?
Okay, so, yeah, just go ahead and roll history.
It's the same. It's a 23.
Okay. There's not a lot about the types of constructs that you're alluding to in this library. That concept of the modern construct that lives among people is pretty new in your time. There are these ancient constructs that existed that were seemingly invented by the giants, rediscovered, modernized for the modern age, but they haven't been around very long. And by the very nature of being constructs, always answer to a master. You know, they're seen as machines, as objects. They don't really have lives that you would appreciate in that way.
Okay. I think the last thing I'd like to look up for now would just be anything I could find on the nature of time and any philosophies on what could best be described as the inevitable.
Okay. Roll history.
Cool. 24.
24.
Yeah. My mods are 8 for these both, so we're doing well. Library is where Alfonso should have been this whole fucking campaign.
Yeah, you, as you're perusing here, and with all of the knowledge and the context of the past few weeks, and especially the past few days, you find a pretty heavy tome called The Draconic Prophecy.
All right.
It's just an enormously huge book.
How easy is it for me to manipulate?
It's on the top shelf.
Fuck.
Oh, good morning, Master Alfonso. What have we here?
Well, I am trying to do some research on the inevitable, and it is inevitable that you must help me, otherwise I cannot get to this book.
Quite large, precarious tome indeed.
I get the book down for Alfonso.
Yes, you do. You reach up with both hands and just take it down from the shelf.
Andy just saved us 10 minutes of recording time that we didn't need to burn, so thank you, Andy.
I think it would have been fun to make Alfonso get the book down.
Oh, it would have been great. I mean, we had the elevator and the soup.
Warden, are you wearing the disguise this morning?
Yes. I would have had it on basically since they put it on me, I think.
Got it. Yeah, okay, so you can pull down this enormous book. It's almost as thick as it is wide. It's like a cube of a book. It's called The Draconic Prophecy, and now that you can see the cover, it has a subtitle as well, A Mortal Perspective.
Feed me the knowledge that my 24 hath brought.
Okay, yeah.
Brilliantly illuminated, gilded folio, and large, ancient script. Quite a fascinating tome indeed.
Book that big, they should have printed it in Quattro.
So you open the cover of this book, and the first line reads, "The Draconic Prophecy is infinitely vast and infinitely complex." And you get the sense that this is a pretty dense text here, and it's going to take some sifting to figure out all that it has to offer.
I think that would be Alfonso's approach, is opening a page, seeing if something speaks and jumps out to him.
Sure.
I mean, this is the last thing he was looking up because this is where he's truly starting to grasp at straws for some ideas about what to do next.
Yeah, definitely. Before I jump away from you here, actually, on the 24, I want to give you a little bit more to think about while we're not with Alfonso for a minute. So you go on reading. The mortal perspective is limited not only by its brevity, but by its linearity. Individual dragons themselves are mortal, but using their long lives, enduring spiritual memory, and their mastery of lore-keeping, dragons collectively have constructed the most comprehensive understanding of the prophecy known in the material world. There's a footnote next to the word collectively. It's an in-text citation directing to a text called The Dragons of Arganessen that you can check out another time.
Fucking great stuff.
But on the 24, you can skim this book, and there's a history of the Draconic Prophecy, and there's a section on the cosmological approach to understanding the prophecy, and the metaphysical approach to understanding the prophecy. But there's a lot of information here.
What was that? The Dragons of Arganessen?
Yes. I think just on your 24, Alfonso, being the genius he is, would know about the continent of Arganessen. It's a legendary place across the sea. It's where dragons are from, but nobody from Corvair has ever been there, not even a legendary figure. So we don't know anything about it. Hematite. What's going on with Hematite this morning?
Yeah, Hematite probably would sleep in a little bit because normally Hematite sleeps most of the day. But, you know, there's been a lot going on. So Hematite would totally sleep in, then get some food. I think if everyone's doing their own thing, Hematite would probably go looking for, I don't know, just like something to do. What's outside? Where are we exactly?
So you are in the city of Stormreach, which is a port town. It's got a lot of people pretty much from all over the world.
Right.
And a lot of activity, a lot of trading going on, a lot of crime happening. It's a pretty dangerous place, but there's a lot going on outside.
Sure, I like crime.
Inside, these other scholars at the University Club are starting to wake up and move about the place.
Alright, so Hematite, he's had a nice little long morning. He gets his nice little sleep, has some breakfast, and then whichever scholar sits down in front of him, he'd just be like, hey. And then he'd like take out his little magic coin, flip it. I like cards. You want to play cards?
I don't know how to play cards.
Oh, don't worry, dude. That's the best time to play cards then. And then he takes out his
There it is.
little packet. It's really easy. We're gonna play some cards. We'll play one game, just like get used to it, just like have some fun. And then we bet. And then he's gonna take out, he'll take out his garnet. See, like this. What do you have? What would you bet with?
What? This scholar is a human, college age, eating a bowl of porridge with one hand and a thumb in a book with the other hand, and is a little awkward, doesn't know what to do in this situation, was just enjoying breakfast, reading a book, and now there's a talking cat here wanting to play cards. I'm not much of a gambler.
Hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out later. And then he just starts dealing him in.
Okay, he's gonna turn the book over, save that place.
Cool.
Alright, how do we play?
First, I give you these 3 cards, and then I take my 3 cards, and then whoever has the most cards wins. It's called poker. Have you ever played poker before?
No, I'm not familiar.
Alright, cool. So how many cards you got?
I'm not sure I understand. There seems to be
It's real simple.
logical issue.
I give you 2 cards,
Okay.
and then I take my 3 cards, and whoever has the most cards wins.
I get 2 cards? Well, it seems like... Alright. Alright, let's roll. Let's see what happens.
We're gonna do a roll. Sure. Okay, so my cards total up to 17. How many cards do you have?
How many cards? Or what do they total
Uh-huh.
up to?
You get it. How much you got?
Oh my god.
You get it?
So this scholar is going to think about that you said 17 and look at the 3 cards in your hand and then start counting. Oh, also 17.
Oh my god, that's so crazy. We gotta play again. Okay, so give me back those cards. And he takes the cards back and he shuffles them. Like, flings the cards in between his 2 hands and then claps them together. And then he goes, alright, so now you take 4 cards and I take 5 cards. How many cards you got?
At that time, someone else walks into the room. Ah, Jesh, we were just playing cards. Here, come and sit down. And he stands up and starts making his way out of the room.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Okay. We'll catch up with Hematite a little later.
That's a smart move, probably.
All right, Istvan, I've kept you waiting long enough.
That's alright.
So, you're standing here outside the house office, just before you opened the door. The door opened, and standing right there in the doorway is your brother Bogner. So he's wearing the regimental uniform of the Iron Gate, the polished gold Kundarak badge on his chest. He's got a long beard, it's combed straight and tied. Bears a familial resemblance to Istvan, but a bit taller, solid build.
Istvan, seeing the Iron Gate uniform, moves their hands very slowly towards their belt. Are you looking for me as family? Or are you looking for me as a member of the Iron Gate? Because those are 2 very different conversations.
Well, Istvan, I wasn't really looking for you at all. Just happenstance I ran into you here. Are you working for the house again? Glad to hear it, if it's true.
I work for myself.
So that's a no, I take it.
Is that going to be a problem?
Well, I hope not.
Oh, then good.
He similarly and goes in for an embrace.
I return the embrace. So, what brings you all the way to Zendrik?
Here for a job, actually. I was just heading up to the university club. We should catch up after.
Well, I'm staying at the university club.
Oh, is that right? That's fantastic. Yeah, just accepted this job last night. Came in urgent, Probably shouldn't be telling you all this.
Well, what interest does the gate have with the club? Does it have to do with bringing material back from the expedition?
Something like that. Seems that way.
I was on that expedition, you see.
That one.
Well, partially. It's a bit of a funny story. We got separated and I was lost in the jungle for a wee bit, but eventually we found our way back together. I fought a dragon and won. Not by myself, I had some help, but...
No, you're making that up.
Come back to the club and the whole expedition will tell you about it. Come on, we'll have a drink. Come on, let's go.
All right.
It's noon somewhere, as they say.
Yeah, you can walk and talk. Bogner will tell you his side of the story. So I filled in for you on the trade route to Cannith after your, sudden departure. They were pretty disappointed in all that, and they pulled me right in there. But wouldn't you have it, Cannith attacked Sire, entire region erupted in battle, our caravan, waylaid by a platoon of Siren Warforged. You know those things, Warforged, nasty, don't follow any orders right. Well, misunderstanding, bunch of us got injured, I got off pretty easy, comparatively. We were arrested by Siren forces, brought back to Metrol, and then, would you believe this, they wanted us to accompany the caravan back to the Moror Holds, this time in Siren colors.
You see what I'm saying, brother?
I do, and so...
So you asked for a different assignment then?
Well, no. I swore an oath to the house, I have a duty, and then I had a dream, Istvan, 2 nights ago. You were in it, that nasty argument we had, and said all kinds of awful things to you. And then I saw you walk into the wilderness, and I started to think, even the wilderness is better than an active war zone.
I've not had the same dream. I don't know much about dreams. I know that there is some realm up there in the stars that has influence on them, but if we both had the same dream, something important must be happening.
Perhaps.
I have a friend, a clever fellow. He's doing some study on the prophecy.
I don't know about all that. No astronomer me.
I don't know either, but I know that there is more to that dream, I tell you. There's something else going on. Something cosmological in nature that's beyond my understanding, and I imagine yours too, but if anyone can figure it out, Alfonso's as clever a soul as I've ever met, so you should probably meet him too. And
Roll deception.
maybe we can...
Alfonso's not good.
You have a 20 intelligence! You're genius level intellect!
You're the best we got!
Anyway...
Sorry, I had to.
He just had one more thing to mention here. So then, last night, day before the caravan's supposed to leave, job was posted internally in the house for a job in Zendrick. Just some fetch job, lay some eyes on some item. Real shit work, you know, Zendrick. Long, uncomfortable boat ride, dangerous town, shoddy legals, cursed jungle. No one wants to be in Zendrick. But, you know, wilderness, I accepted the job. They told me to show up at the rail station in the morning, and that was this morning. They led me to a back room, gave me the briefing, and then put me right through a teleportation circle. You ever been through such a thing?
Not I.
It's amazing.
Must be real urgent.
It seems that way. Sure.
In any case, it's good to see you again. And look, I know you care about your oath, but I made my oaths to Onatar first, and one of those was to conduct myself with honour, however possible, and I just didn't feel like I could keep both my oath to Onatar and the gate, so I do mean what I said. I am sorry, and hope we can be friends again.
I'm sorry too, Istvan. Of course. You're my sibling. Nothing can get between us.
I give Bognor a very tender pat on the back and continue walking.
You know, I'm not supposed to show you this, but I trust you, Istvan. Since you've been staying at the university club, maybe you could help me. He takes out a piece of paper and holds it open to you. You seen this? And it's a technical illustration of the Green Warden.
I fucking knew it.
Yes.
I fucking knew it.
It says, in the corner, Morgrave University, Department of Zendrick Studies, Research Division, illustration by D. Zenith.
Okay.
Some kind of rock monster, I take it.
That's no monster. I have seen something like it, but if you're trying to get him to go somewhere, he goes where he wants. And after all I've told him about House Kundarak, I doubt he'll want to go with you.
We can leave that scene right there. Yeah. All right, so Alfonso, you were looking into information about inevitable events.
I would probably do a little bit more discovery and investigation in passages that relate to the metaphysical elements of the Draconic Prophecy.
I figured that. So this section about the metaphysical approach, for several hundred pages, it details how possible timelines are constructed out of pasts, presents, and futures. There are an infinite number of possible timelines, but mortal souls are bound to follow only one. So studying the prophecy is of limited utility for mortals, but it is possible and safe to make informed decisions based on predictions about the timeline. Glimpsing the future of the present timeline directly has the possibility of changing the path due to the present being tampered with. Changing the path intentionally by knowing the future is controversial and dangerous, and that's what's referred to as cataclysmic magic when applied on a large scale. So you can find, by flipping through this book, checking some of the cross-references in other tomes, the giants, who were taught their magic by the dragons, did employ cataclysmic magic, tampering with the timeline in order to cause these knots in time, events that have to happen.
Look there, Alfonso. Ah, yes. A great cataclysm indeed.
With that 24, and also just passively with Alfonso's level of intelligence and what he's experienced, this section of the book talks about how, on a large scale, they're known as cataclysms, but there are smaller ways the prophecy can be felt as well. The prophecy is fractal-like, a branching network of intertwined, interconnecting paths. And so, you running into the expedition at the same time a dragon shows up, the dragon seemed to have knowledge of that time and place, as did Croswell was able to calculate that place. Mm-hmm. Not a cataclysm, per se, but a similar type of timeline manipulation happening there.
Okay.
And then, Professor Croswell is going to come down the stairs.
Oh, I was actually just about to call out to him, so there you go.
Ah, Alfonso, you're up bright and early.
Professore, there is so much work to be done.
Ah, you're telling me. Well, what have you learned so far? He said that in Gnomish, by the way. That's just a very Gnomish phrase.
It feels like nothing, but something tells me I've known this answer for quite a long time. Professore, I have a question for you. I could not find it in your books, but maybe you know. You see, when we were away, we went to a place that seemed to exist outside of time. One of those knots in the line come undone, so to speak. And while we were there, Luciano took form, but no one could hear him. It is for this reason and many others I hesitated to bring him back. Say the way we changed the Warden, just put him in some construct. But I fear that this is the way, and always has been, that I have been spinning my wheels on this for too long. I was told that the inevitable cannot be prevented, but it can be prolonged. Professore, would there be a way for you to calculate some cataclysmic event? Say, I were to bring him back as a construct instead of Luciano? I see the gears turning in your head. Do not suggest necromancy to me. I have been to Gornath. It did not work out well for me at all.
Well, Alfonso, you know I'm a scholar of artifice. I don't know very much about cosmology or planes or any of those types of things. But speaking of artifice, I almost forgot to tell you. I sent a message to Merrick's last night. I just had to tell him about this construct you discovered, and its astonishing mastery of combat tactics. It's exactly what his Warforged have been lacking.
Oh boy.
Well, you know these house fellows work swiftly, so he messaged me right back and told me he agreed to acquire the Green Warden from the house's lot for 10 times the asking price. And they've listed you as the finder. Another discovery for the proud history of gnomish artifice. Congratulations, Alfonso.
There's a pretty awkward pause as Alfonso's gut sinks. Alfonso will look to Warden and, as subtly as possible, try to give a look of play along. I've got this. Do you want me to roll anything for that?
Warden gonna do anything about that?
I see Alfonso look back at me, and I will keep reading and listening to this conversation.
Okay, then Alfonso, you can roll deception.
Don't fail me now. Oh my god, yes, nat 20. For a total of 22.
He sees your face make just the right face for what he just told you. I knew you'd be excited.
This is very great news. I am very excited. I think not much is worth diverting my course from the studies for Luciano, but maybe Signori Warden and I take a minute and, how do you say, get ready to be bells of the ball, so to speak.
Ah, by all means, yes. You rolled a nat 20 on deception. You can tell him whatever you want.
Signori Warden, let us get ready.
Have I seen anyone else around this morning as far as Croswell's other gnomes or any of Rizian's crew? Rizian's crew is gone at this point, right?
Yeah, Rizian's crew lives in Stormreach. They didn't stay the night.
Right, they're gone.
You've seen just a few other scholars. It's still pretty early morning, so I think it is pretty much just limited to those two that Hematite ran into in the kitchen and now Croswell.
And have we seen Hematite all morning?
Probably not.
Hematite woke up and went straight to the kitchen.
Okay. I will simply follow Alfonso.
Right about this time, Istvan and Bogner are going to arrive at the University Club.
I'm going to head towards the library if the two of you are still there.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine we would be walking towards the exit. So presumably we're going to run into each other.
Oh, the front door? Okay. Then, yeah, I would say that you would walk outside before they walk up to the door. Istvan, you'd see them exit the front door. And Croswell will call after you. Hurry back.
Alfonso, did you learn anything this morning in your studies? You don't need to be afraid of this Warforged. This one belongs to Alfonso.
Ooh, no, it's not a 25. Shit. Warforged. Nasty things.
Can I roll insight? Alfonso would understand Istvan's misdirection a little bit there, but I feel like I should roll some general insight to what degree I play along with that.
Yeah, you should definitely roll insight then.
Okay, pretty good mod. It is an 18.
18's pretty good. I'm trying to figure out what number from Istvan should we roll. I guess you were trying to be deceptive. Just roll deception.
18.
Okay, yeah, that does it.
We're super in sync. We're exactly as deceptive as we need to be with each other.
So, Alfonso, you did pick up on that something's weird here about the way that Istvan introduced the Warden.
Bogner, this is my good friend Alfonso Carlucci Rocatella. Alfonso, this is my brother Bogner. He works for House Kundarak in the Iron Gate.
That 17 just rolled over to an 18 with that last sentence, and Alfonso is totally on board now. Fratelli. It is very nice to meet you. I am, as Istvan said, Alfonso Carlucci Rocatella. I am from Tervalistas. Very jealous in the moment. I lost my brother. It is very heartwarming to see the two of you, though, reunited. This is very nice. And do not mind my warforged here. They may be ghastly creatures to some, but this is a good amici of mine. Does many tasks for me. Even calls me master, if you can believe it. Very nice.
You'll excuse me if I don't stand too close. It's a pleasure to meet you, Alfonso. My name's Bogner of Clan Gunvald, and he's going to take out the same piece of paper he showed Istvan, show you the illustration of the Green Warden. You seen this around?
Ah, these. Yes, I think I did see one of these in the jungle. But you see, in the jungle we see many things. Did Istvan tell you that we killed a dragon?
Aye, they did.
And get this, we killed a dinosaur. But, hold on. Not just one, but two. One was bigger than the last. In any event, sorry, this is very much off topic. Yes, I do believe we see this thing in the jungle. It was similar to the size of mi amici, a steward, servant here, but it was near a grove of some sort, if I recall correctly, but with the traveler's curse, it is impossible to say where. We were lost for amici Istvan, what would you say, weeks?
2 weeks at least.
This will be a new deception check.
Figured. Poured enough bullshit on that to warrant it. Not phenomenal. 12.
Sure. 12 will do it. Never mind all that. Tell me more about this dragon.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm happy to tell you about this one. It was not near this creature, by the way, when you go traveling in the jungle. But the dragon was a big black dragon. It was very upset about... Oh, what was it?
About you defying the laws of nature is what it was upset about.
Unless this one's gonna say that I'm not really too keen on telling your brother about my arm.
I leave it at about you defying the laws of nature. That was very specifically vague.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Alfonso is a very gifted artificer, but sometimes he gets himself into more trouble than he can handle. But that's why I'm around.
Well, you have to tell me more about it later. Shall we go inside? Should ask around about this thing.
Well, inside. You see, I have been studying all morning, and it is about time for me to take mi pranzo, lunch. So I think my steward here and I may go retire and find one of the nicer establishments here for lunchtime. You are welcome to go inside, but if you have questions, I do enjoy a nice prosciutto sandwich, and I think they have the one just down the alleyway here. So come find me there if you need me.
All right, will do. It was a pleasure meeting you, Alfonso Carlucci Rocatella.
I want to roll insight on this, because clearly something's up there. Only an 11 insight.
What's up where?
What's up with Alfonso?
I don't want to bring Warden inside where they can say, this is the Warden after they've put construct shit on him. Anyone in there can make Warden.
Yeah, but anyone in there can make Warden no matter what. If he's going in there, he sees Gallant, he sees Croswell, someone's gonna spill the beans.
I would like to leave.
Yeah, they can spill their beans as we get a little bit further away from the bean pile. That's my thinking anyway.
Okay, I rolled an 11. Does Istvan pick up on that?
I think on an 11, you can definitely figure out that Alfonso thinks it's a good idea to leave here right now. And any type of nuance, you're not quite understanding the bigger plan here, but Alfonso wants to get Green Warden away from this place now.
Okay. Brother, I'll catch up with you before you leave, but I think I'll need to have a discussion with Alfonso over lunch about those prophetic matters I was telling you about earlier.
All right, where can I meet you? Back at the house office, perhaps?
Perhaps, or I'm still staying here at the club, so maybe in the evening, but I'll be around, you'll find me.
Oh, all right.
You found me all the way out here, so how hard could it be to find me again?
That is true. You know, there's supposed to be reinforcements arriving sometime midday, afternoon or so. After I file my report, they're supposed to come and actually acquire the item in question. So, not sure how available I'll be later in the day, but maybe I'll run into you.
Alright, and I start walking down the street with Alfonso. Fuck. Oh.
Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah, anyway.
Alright, so Hematite is in the kitchen with two of these scholars, and there's a pile of things on the table at this point, and they are really into this game.
It was Hematite in the kitchen with the deck of cards.
So there's a pile of probably 9 gold.
Pens.
Assorted other little tiny gems and things you might buy almost as souvenirs in a port town.
Yeah, he's got a shark tooth on the table, because they're scholars, right? So once they realize that he treats rubies and brass bells the same, like, they're just throwing out their lint in their pockets, probably.
Sure. Alright, so there's 2 of them, and let's see who takes all of this stuff. Okay. The first one that didn't originally want to play and got pulled back in rolled a 13, and the new one that entered rolled a 12.
I got a 21. So...
Wow, Hematite, you're so good at this game. You have to teach us how to get better at this game. I can't believe I never played cards until now. Oh my goodness.
I know, dude. It's so much fun, right? You want to go again? That's how you get better.
Yeah, let's keep playing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. You're great. Let's go. I got an 18.
Ooh, that first one rolled a 19.
Did I say 18? I meant 20.
Roll deception.
Okay. It's a 17.
17. You put your cards face up on the table and you show them how you actually counted 20. Mm-hmm. So you actually did win that hand. And they believe you because it's their first time ever playing the game.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What a shark. What a fucking shark.
Oh, man, guys. That's crazy. You know, you win some, you lose some. But hey.
All right. Let's go again.
Exactly. I like you, man. You're a good dude. Let's keep going.
We're going to cut away, though.
Okay.
All right. So, Bogner's going to head inside, and the rest of you are leaving the university club right now. Where are you going? Right now, you're on a narrow street. It's not super narrow. There's probably people pulling wagons. There's a few roadside street merchants. But there's a lot of people walking up and down. This city's waking up for the morning, and as people walk by, they're looking up at the Green Warden. It's an oddity in this town. You don't see a lot of these Warforged walking around.
In that case, Alfonso will just start to walk with no specific end point, but just getting further away from the college and then keeping moving. This is quite a big problem that we have. Amici Warden, you are a dear friend to us. Nothing can happen to you. An idea comes to me, but let us keep walking. We cannot simply go back into the jungle, not without Signor Itlaki. It is a death sentence, but it is a challenge to stay here as well. Amici Istvan, I wonder if you had the same feeling as I did about Rizian. He felt rather guilty about what he had done. He lives here in Stormreach. Perhaps we find him, help him atone for his sins?
I understand we're desperate, Alfonso, but Rizian has stuck his neck out plenty for us in leaving Warden off the manifest. They found out about him anyway.
That may have been a slip of the tongue from my good friend Professore.
I don't want to put Rizian in any more danger, but can I see the harbor from here?
Roll perception.
21.
A 21 using monk shit. You can certainly pretty much effortlessly get to a place where you can see the harbor. Maybe you have to jump up on top of some barrels or something.
Yeah, I do that. I look out into the harbor. How many ships are moored there?
There are quite a few ships moored directly at the harbor, and then a ways out into the water there are many, many, many ships anchored. Much larger ships.
But we have a great variety of boats to choose from. Maybe we can become stowaways, make our way back to Tervalistus, to your mentor, who you think might know more about the artifice that made your arm, and perhaps the same arcane technology that was used in Warden's making.
We are at the mercy of being undiscovered here in the city or out there in the ocean. I don't like the idea of being found out there. I cannot speak for you, Amici Istvan, or you, Amici Warden, but my fists are good for walloping in the jungle, but seafaring fighting has not been my strong suit. But we are a team. If the two of you think this is best, I am with you.
All right, back at the university club. This new figure, for you, Hematite, is going to walk in the front door. And you glimpse this as you're sitting here playing cards from the other room in the kitchen through the doorway.
Yeah, sweet.
This person looks a little like Istvan, but with a big beard.
Okay, cool. What does he do?
Want to play cards? Oh, no, that's not true.
I left the opportunity open, but
well,
that's okay.
I wasn't sure if he was approaching or if he was hanging back and watching, because if I'm winning, I'm going to take all their stuff and then worry about that guy.
So you're sitting in this dining area off the side of the main room, and he walks into the main room from the front door and starts looking around a little bit, and he'll wander towards the library.
Cool.
Roll perception.
14? It's not that bad.
Okay. You hear some muffled talking from the other room. You hear the voice of this new figure. You hear Professor Croswell. They're speaking to each other. Their voices are getting louder now.
That's cool. Am I winning? I'm winning the game still?
Your card game? Probably.
All right, great.
Yeah, if Jimmy Dice have anything to say about it, you're probably still winning.
They got some cool shit on the table.
You're gonna hear Croswell say, well, where did they say they were going? All right, fine. And then Bogner is going to leave out the front door once more.
Would it even occur to Hematite that this is a problem? Maybe.
Roll insight.
Yeah, alright, thank you. Jesus Christ.
Absolute cat behavior. There's some immediate danger, and it's just doing its own thing.
Insight? That's a 5.
Yeah, on a 5, Croswell said, where did they say they were going? You don't know who he's referring to.
Doesn't really matter.
You haven't seen your friends in a little while, but you don't really understand how time
That's
works,
right.
so you don't really have a concept of how long you've been sitting here playing cards.
I mean, I'm winning, so that's good, but have I seen them today? Where'd they... I came with people, right? What are they called? Anyway, who wants to play cards? You guys want to go again?
I do.
Great. What else you got? If you want to keep playing, you gotta keep giving me stuff.
You changed the rules of the game. Now there's an admission fee. You're just being honest about it.
Yes. The longer the scheme goes on, the more I get tired of scheming and just start telling the truth. Just give me the cool shit you have, and we'll have a good time.
All right, so one of them is going to take out 1 silver and 1 copper coin.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's going to take out a little rune stone, put it up on the table.
Oh, what kind of rune is it?
What languages do you know, Hematite?
I know Common, Cat,
Oh my god.
and Celestial.
You know Celestial.
Yeah, Jimmy, it's the 3 C's. Everybody knows those 3.
Wow.
Well, it's none of those.
Alright, but is it interesting looking? Does it look like something I might remember? Does it spark joy, is what I'm asking.
Okay, Marie Kondo.
Something you might remember? No, but it does spark joy. It's a nice little round stone with a neatly carved character in it.
Alright, cool.
A fucking mouse carcass sparks joy for Hematite. Of course
I haven't
this
talked
does.
about my mummified mouse nearly enough in this game, but that's for another time. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'll put one of my little scales from the dragon on the table.
What are these?
It's a dragon scale.
No, get out of here.
Actually not rolling deception. It's insane.
Dragons. No.
Hey, you can believe me or not, but that's a dragon scale. Dude, one time, I fought this jaguar king, and then I climbed a mountain, and there were a bunch of dragons partying up there. And then I flew off of a mountain, landed in a jungle, big rock guy came up and was like, "You're a cool dude." And then, we fought a dragon with our bare hands. It was dope. Yeah.
Roll deception or persuasion and don't tell me which it is.
Okay.
Trying to equate the logic.
Yeah, that's been the last 4 episodes.
I think Flamewind is the Jaguar King in this situation.
Right? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out here. Who's the Jaguar King?
It's a lot of Hematite's backstory. Donate to the Patreon, and you'll hear all about it in the Table Talks.
Oh, man.
Wow, that was
Yeah,
good.
you're welcome, guys.
Okay.
It's a 17.
Yeah, they believe you. Honestly, Hematite is a really good liar, to the point where Hematite's whole backstory is stories like that, and they are mostly logically consistent. That's how good of a liar Hematite is.
Fucking Kaiser Soze over here, hanging out in the party.
I don't even know if it's actually true or not until it comes time
so
to...
much.
Yeah.
We've talked about it so much. And my philosophy is he doesn't know anymore. He just doesn't.
Yeah, how are you not telling the truth when you simply don't know what the truth is?
They rolled real bad. 10 and a 7.
It's an 18.
Yeah, so you win everything.
So, takes everything from the table, puts it into his little pocket. His little purse is bulging with stuff.
Now what you need is a bag of holding.
That's right.
The radio's not in the building, otherwise I would
Sorry.
insert something, but...
Alright, Hematite puts all that stuff in, and he's like, well, guys, this has been a lot of fun, but I'm pretty sure you're out of stuff. So, I'm gonna get going and find, like, a sunspot to sleep in. So, see you later. And then he, like, gets a few steps away and remembers that he came into this building with people, but he has no idea where they are. So he probably just walks out the door. He just leaves. He's gonna go find them.
Okay, great. Roll investigation as you go outside.
Oh, God. I rolled a 4 and I have -2 for investigation.
Yikes!
You're outside.
So it's a 2.
You are 2 feet 10 inches tall, and this is a bustling city street.
I'm gonna go back inside. Who's that guy that the other person was talking to?
The professor.
Professor Croswell?
Yeah, sure. Is he close by? He's in the next room, right?
Yeah, he's in the library.
And I know him.
Yeah, you introduced yourself to him in the previous episode. He called you a talking beast. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go in there, walk right up to him. Hey.
Oh, yes. Have you seen your companions? I need to see them for something.
I was gonna ask you that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't know where I am.
Aw.
I'm lost.
Wow.
This is so fucking funny.
You don't seem to know a lot.
Nah.
Fuck. Croswell burning all his goodwill right now by being this rude.
It's like you don't seem to know a lot.
Croswell exasperatedly gestures to the whole room, the library that he's in. There's no better place to learn. And walks out.
Whoa!
Oh my god. I do not like that guy. That guy was a
Croswell,
rude guy.
the villain all along.
Yeah, the switch up.
Okay. I mean, as Alexa the player, I'm heartbroken. That's... Poor little Hematite won his best game of cards, got a bunch of cool shit, and he's lost. He doesn't know what to do. I mean, part of me would be like, he goes to a sunspot and takes a nap, just to recollect. He doesn't know anything right now, so maybe he can roll again later and find something out. Or he could go back outside and try to find them.
At this point, you find yourself already falling asleep in a sunspot as you're trying to make this
That's
decision.
so cute.
And we'll catch up with Hematite in a little bit.
Okay, he's lost, so he goes to sleep.
All right, where are you exactly right now? Istvan, Alfonso, Green Warden.
I believe we're in an alley that is near-ish to the harbor, with Istvan in an elevated position overlooking it.
Okay, you're not that close to the harbor. You're up the hill. You can see the harbor from here, but it is a little bit of a trek in the city to get there.
I'm looking at Warden to see what he wants to do.
So Alfonso also looks to Warden.
We expected this, did we not, my friends? That this sort of greed would follow us wherever I went. I have sought new purpose with you, my friends, and as I have said before, my path is linked to that of the reconstitution of Luciano. I will see this through. I could very easily wish to walk back into the jungle from whence I came, but I have a new purpose now. I do not think it would be wise to involve Rician after parting on such agreeable terms. But if I am to understand correctly the notion of sailing across the sea on such vessels,
And I point towards all the ships.
it would make our discovery quite the predicament without anywhere to flee to.
Bugnor said he took a teleporter here. I'm loath to mention it because, from my understanding, and Jimmy, correct me if this is wrong, but access points to teleportation circles are well guarded and closely monitored. More closely monitored than a cargo of a ship, at least.
Roll something. I can give you more information about that.
It's a 16 on the die. If it were history, it'd be an 18.
Sure, that works. You're correct about that, although teleportation circles are a bit more common in Eberron than they might be in other worlds. There is probably one in every large settlement in the Maror holds that they use to travel around. They are closely linked to House Orion, who operate the rails, and the house does operate these hubs where you can take one teleportation circle that then routes you through others in other places throughout the world to make you come out where you intend to, but it is a very pricey way to get around. Bogner did not say where in Stormreach he arrived, but he did manage to make it here by teleportation.
And where would this circle lead us? Directly into House Kundarak.
Who knows? The network spans all of Corvair, and only House Orion truly knows the ins and outs of every circle. One leads on to others, which leads on to others still. So finding the correct path to Tervalistas without knowing it ahead of time, that would be very risky. And then trying to do it gratis, well, that would invite a lot more trouble.
Quite fascinating.
Passively, and again I'm going to mention it, Alfonso, since you do have that 20 intelligence. It would occur to you that because you were credited with the discovery of the Green Warden, that you are entitled to quite a bit of money if he were to be recovered. I don't think I mentioned it outright last episode, but when Rizian was doing the whole financial breakdown, the items that you personally found, the house disbursed 40% of the market value of the item to the finder. Rizian takes a small percentage, single digit, and the house then keeps the item. And Croswell mentioned that the Green Warden was sold for 10 times asking value.
Which was 12,000?
That's right.
Rizian said?
Yes. So just getting some money involved to complicate things.
If it is money we need, they would give us all the money we would ever need if we give them the Warden. But we cannot do that. Fucking...
I'm going to throw another wrench into this right now. The radio in your bag of holding starts to make a bit of radio noise. It starts to tune through several different stations, different sounds. Now that you're in the city, it's getting a lot of different signals.
News from the front line. Siren forces. Hello, Prince of Zilargo. Hello. Today's drawing is 9030. Alfonso, can you hear me?
The perfect brother. With perfect timing, as always. I can hear you, Luciano. What is it? I pull the radio out from the bag.
Ah, so it worked. I've been tinkering, brother.
As you are wont to do.
You know, I was thinking, the arm, it flies around, it has to send a signal, it has to find its way back, and so you could send a signal with the arm, receive it with the radio, and so I started tinkering, and, well, it looks like it works. I feel so free, be able to talk, and I can think again. Wow.
I looked at my arm, and does it still have a glow to it?
Yeah, he's still in there.
Okay, cool.
But he's able to use his actual voice now. It's not just in your head, it's actually him speaking.
Can you hear him this time?
Indeed.
Istvan nods. Very startled look on their face.
Then this is double good news. Because this means I am not crazy, and it also means, Warden, Istvan, I present to you your newest amici, my brother Luciano.
Hello, my name is Luciano Antonio Rocatella.
Pleased to finally be properly acquainted.
Piacere.
Luciano, you are part of our little band. Do you have an opinion on our predicament?
That's funny you ask. Didn't this party just kill a dragon yesterday? You're afraid of a few bankers? I say, hand over the Green Warden, get your money, and then break him out. You know.
Like the radio play.
Yes.
It's not even a problem, I would agree, but Istvan, this does mean your brother could get caught in the middle of this. That is not something I would be willing to do, to go against Luciano.
I'm not afraid of a few bankers. I'm afraid of all the resources of 2 dragon-marked houses standing between us and Warden's freedom.
I don't see that changing anytime soon, regardless.
Luciano has a point, Master Istvan. As I have said before, besides walking back into the jungle, there is no path ahead where we are not followed, one way or another. Alfonso, your brother, sees so much in us. Perhaps it is time we trust that courage.
Luciano always was the smarter one, but maybe I should have turned down the volume on his radio so he didn't hear us. That's not how it works. I am flustered.
It is your freedom that is at stake, Warden. It is your decision that I shall follow.
I understand. Of course, I am not suggesting we put the sword to your brother should he stand in the way. Perhaps there is a way to make an ally of him instead. It was only a matter of weeks ago. You told us about the only 2 paths down dark roads, and yet another brighter path ahead revealed itself.
So, Warden, Do I understand what you're saying, right?
The warden looks to Alfonso as Alfonso clutches the radio.
This adventure is not over yet, my friends. This pile of rocks has far more in him yet.
Something occurs to me. With enough funds, like Luciano mentioned, we may be able to control our fate a little bit better. I think perhaps seeking out a ship owner or captain to stow us away to a location we choose might be the best option we have.
There's no shortage of seedy types in this town. I think we could find something suitable.
We are all quite capable, I think, of not only defending ourselves, but, if necessary, making a quick escape.
And the warden will take his fist, and you see the stony fingers begin to separate loosely into dust, a fraction of what it looks like when he misty steps or dashes.
Nice.
Very well.
Alfonso gives a very heavy sigh.
So is this it then? We take this armor off the warden, waltz back into the library, then see what comes next.
And looks down at the radio in his arm, looks up to the direction of the library.
Amici Istvan, you get the left shoulder plate, I'll get the right.
And we'll start taking off the armor of the warden.
Right. So you can take these plates off. Takes a minute or something.
5 minutes.
So then, yeah, you take some time to do this here in the alley.
This is probably a pretty quiet, somber event overall.
So after you finish taking off the last few pieces, put them back in your bag of holding, how would you like to do this?
Not doing it. I guess I guess we would head back to the building.
So you leave this alleyway, you start making your way back to the University Club, and you will run into Bogner on the way back. You see him in the street, looking around. And Warden's not that difficult to notice here. 7-foot-tall rock monster.
Rock monster.
And his expression changes. He starts making his way directly at you. So, Istvan, what have you got to say for yourself?
Signori Bognar, I must apologize.
He turns his gaze down to you.
I did not invite you to the prosciutto sandwich, which I should have done. That was very rude of me. But while I was having this prosciutto sandwich, this warden came up, found his way out of the jungle, and I thought, I remember Fratelli di miei amici was looking for this one.
Roll deception with disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because all of the evidence is in front of him.
First roll is a 16 on the dice, and the second is 10.
Okay, good. Jesus. I rolled very poorly, but I even rolled it with advantage.
Yeah, this is one of the ones you wouldn't want to lose the dice roll.
No, yeah. Alright, cut the nonsense. What's going on here? Start talking, Istvan.
Bogner, Alfonso told me something of what's going on, and I understand you're here to acquire this soul on behalf of House Kundarak, but the buyer is Marix the Cannith, and among the many impressive works of artifice that Marix is known for are a great number of weapons that I'm sure you are quite familiar with.
Aye.
And why do you suppose, then, that Marix the Cannith would want a soul such as this?
Well, Istvan, they don't pay me to have such thoughts. I go and collect what they tell me to.
What would Rogrim think of that?
Rogrim. Shame. Roll persuasion.
That's a 0.
I'm not even gonna roll.
Ooh.
This is clearly a sore spot that I've inadvertently brought up.
Yeah, don't toy with my emotions, Istvan. You know what you're doing.
I would like to try and give the help action by saying,
But they are your sibling and would be ashamed. And yet you are ready to pass off my new sibling, this warden, as if he is nothing, unthinking. But you just say, I don't think, I do what they tell me. How dare you? You should be ashamed. And you shouldn't need a brother to remind you of why you should be ashamed. Think for yourself.
That was the help action?
I was hoping it would be.
Istvan, roll again.
Okay. That's a 10. I would put a hand out to Alfonso. Your family's a lot different than mine, but thank you for trying to help. I suppose what I meant to say is, I know they don't pay you to think, but I also know you're my brother, and you have thoughts, hopes, desires. I know you're your own person, and you can make your own decisions. There are some things that are right and wrong in spite of all the houses and kingdoms, and you know that freedom is itself an unalloyed good, so how, knowing that, can you let this soul be condemned to bondage and servitude?
Your 10 from earlier was enough, by the way.
Oh, okay.
But also that entire roleplay was more than enough. Istvan, they didn't tell me what this thing was before they sent me to come get it. How am I to know? So it's a soul, you say?
As much of a soul as you, or Istvan, or anyone else.
The soul of an ancient elf.
You just blew his mind. He does not know what to think of that.
Fair enough.
So what do we do now?
Listen, we have a plan, but we're gonna need to turn the Warden over, so play along, eh?
Well, I like it so far, for me, but I'm guessing there's more to the plan.
We need the resources. We're gonna hire ourselves a ship, but once we've got that, I would just say, brother, whoever's keeping watch over the Warden before he gets transported, don't be in their company.
Okay then. Alright. Hematite, you realize that you have dozed off in this sunbeam. You awake with a start.
And then sniffle and and then immediately enters zoomy mode.
Oh no.
Oh no. What's gonna happen?
My eyes get all huge and black, my ears go flat back on my head, and I just know that something is terribly wrong and I should not be here. And I'm gonna zoom out the library doors and out the doors of the little place, and then just down the street.
Okay, great. So you're doing that. You're zooming down the street. You're dodging all these legs as they're walking. Going around barrels and crates and under wagons and
Hissing at things.
knocking over children.
Oh, of course.
Jesus. What a mess.
What are you doing, though?
At first, it's just sheer terror. I kind of had a nightmare about something weird happening. And then I was just like, I gotta run. Gotta zoom, gotta go. And so I did. And now it dawns on me that I need to find my friends, probably. I came here with people, and I'm tired, and I want food now. Is there food nearby?
Roll perception with advantage for
Yeah.
your keen smell.
Ooh, that's a 19.
Yes, there is food nearby. There's a merchant selling some fish.
Uh-huh.
And also, on that 19, you pick up the trail of your friends.
Wow, it's so great to meet me. Hematite looks at the trail, looks at the fish, looks at the trail. He's gonna grab a fish. Just grab one.
Okay, roll sleight of hand.
You should meet my friend Clicks. You two would really get along.
Yeah. It's 21.
Clicks would fucking hate Hematite.
Wow. Yeah, on that 21, you can grab a fish and just keep on running. You don't even slow down. Nobody even noticed you.
Excellent. That's just what I wanted. Yeah, so then I follow the path to my friends. I hope that they're okay.
Yeah, on that 19 perception from earlier, you can follow the scent in the direction that they went earlier. And you all see Hematite approaching.
Oh, hey guys, what's up? How's it going?
Ah, Signori Hematite.
Did you have a good morning? Are you hungry? You want some fish? Want to play cards?
We have had a very interesting morning, and I do not think we have time for any of those activities, I am very sad to say.
Okay, cool, because I found a bunch of really cool stuff. Those guys at that other place that we were at don't know anything about cards.
All right.
Oh yeah, there's another guy. Hey, what's up? I'm Hematite.
Yeah. So Bagner's gonna say, so, they're expecting a report from me before midday. They need to know how many reinforcements to send and exactly what it'll take to acquire this thing. I suppose I could just tell them I was able to do it on my own.
That there would be none necessary.
No. I can't let you do that. Because then, if you go back empty-handed...
Right, so seems our plan needs one more step here. What do I tell the house? We know we can't rely on these incompetents out here in Zendrick. That's why they sent me, and that's why they're sending reinforcements.
Yeah, those guys suck.
Aye.
It would be really shitty if they, did the thing that we were trying to do. We could blame it on them. Maybe. What are we doing?
You could tell them, perhaps, that it's like any other construct. Taller than a human, and twice as strong at least. Generally, takes orders, but can be unpredictable. You'd not be having to lie to your superiors.
Okay, so I suppose I'd better put together my report, send it out. Will I see you again, Istvan?
I hope so. Perhaps, though only in dreams.
Perhaps. And he's gonna go in for a hug.
I take the hug and whisper in his ear in Dwarven, I love you, brother.
I love you, Sib. And then he lets go, looks back at you, gives a sharp nod, and then heads downtown.
Once Bognar's out of earshot.
You know, my friend, speaking from experience, sometimes the dreams are good enough.
Well, let's get to the house. Collector Galifars.
Okay, so you...
That was a really sad scene, guys.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's good.
I thought Istvan was going to convince him to come with us.
I kind of thought so too.
I don't know. I think he's got his own path to walk, and if that means he comes with us, that means he comes with us, but I don't want to tell him what to do.
Okay. Alright, so you make your way to the Kundarak Enclave, this rundown office building that you almost entered earlier before running into Bogner, and here you are outside. How do you want to approach this?
After you, Alfonso.
Alfonso will just look to Warden.
Right now, I feel no pride, but if this plan works, this will be the best thing I have ever done yet. But I've seen you fight. Perhaps this is not my job to do, eh, Warden?
Best thing yet. Ah, yes, indeed. Master Alfonso.
Just keep yourself safe, my friend.
And Alfonso is just going to hug Warden's, I guess, ankle.
Aw.
Aw, Hematite wants to hug him too.
And then move along and put on a fake face and walk inside.
Alright, so you open up this door, you walk inside, and you see basically an office bullpen, probably about 6 desks, a couple people doing work in house uniforms. You do see Rizian in there, sitting at his desk, working on his manifests and his ledgers, and standing over him is another figure in house uniform, and they both look in your direction as you walk in. And the one standing, this is also a dwarf, long, very neatly groomed beard. This person seems like they don't spend a lot of time in the jungle. Says, yes, can I help you?
I believe you have been expecting me. My name is Alfonso Carlucci Ropetella, and I am here to escort this magnificente creature to you.
Oh, well, Mr. Rocatella, you are popular around here. And you, he looks to Rizian, are very lucky. Come with me. And he goes over to a desk.
I'm very busy. I just had my prosciutto sandwich, and I have many things to attend to. Let us get this over with.
All right. So, let's see here. Alfonso Carlucci Rocatella, you found this in the jungle, brought it back with the university expedition. This, I'm sure you are aware now, was acquired by a very powerful person who put up a lot of money for this item.
You can say his name. He is a friend of mine, Signor Merix de Cannith. Is that correct?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Of course. Well, I will have a word with him when I get back to Sean.
Right. So, just sign your name on the line and 48,000 gold will be yours.
Alfonso just eyeballs this dwarf.
Merix is the one that sent me here, after all. But very glad to accept this exchange.
And sign.
Yeah, this is just, contract language.
Yeah.
You don't even want to peruse it.
As Brug would say, it's another day at the office.
Hey, it's another day at the office.
Now, would you like this balance deposited directly into your account, or would you like it in banknotes? Unfortunately, we can't dispense this much gold here. Too big a quantity. We don't keep it on site.
How much do you keep on site? I'd like a little bit of spending money while I'm here in the city before I attend to other matters. Very busy individual.
I'm not telling you that. How much gold do you want? We could do some gold, some banknotes.
What was the total, DM?
48,000.
I'm not the DM, sorry.
You have a better memory than me. That's DM enough for my purposes. The truth is all I care about. And DM of all in D&D, Scala, how much did you say a whole ass boat is to purchase? Just to give me a directionality to how much it might be to provision a charter.
10,000 for a sailing ship,
Okay.
25 for a warship, 30 for a galleon.
Okay.
Shit, let's get a warship. You can go anywhere.
To get around a person of my import, 5,000 not to do. The rest can be distributed in banknotes.
5,000? Wow. I'll have to check if I have that in the drawer. And he's going to go into a back room.
While he's doing that, can I just go up to Rizian and ask, I'm going to say this in Dwarven, Costas, do you know exactly what the sum of your debt is currently?
Oh, it's rising all the time. They catch you with the negative amortization. They know exactly how long dwarves live. They get you on the hook, and then those monthly payments just don't keep pace with the interest. I think it's around 36,000. But, I've been doing this for a quarter century, so you get used to it.
Well, I'll have to consult with my friend, but we might be able to help you.
He looks you in the eyes. This again, Istvan. What are you scheming?
I just raise a finger to my lips. Oh, you're right about that construct. That's very valuable. And give a wink.
All right, let's see what you got.
I go over to Alfonso. I just had a word with Rizian. I don't know how much of that gold we think we'll need, but right now his debt is sitting at about 36,000. Are we getting enough out of this deal that we might be able to buy it out, do you think?
If the cost of a ship is no more than 10, what use is the other 38? The only shame it brings me to give him this money is to know that it would go back in the hands of House Kundarak. But otherwise, I would be happy to do this.
Looking at Warden, the freedom of souls is not cheaply bought, but it is worth it.
So, Rizian's boss comes back from the back room carrying a big sack, presumably full of gold coins, and he's gonna drop it on the table here. Looks like you're in luck, Mr. Rocatella. I was able to scrounge up 5,000 gold for you. Lucky it's early in the day. That's the entire till for the day's banking.
I am worth it.
I'll say you are. Good customer.
That's a terrible banker.
Did Hematite say that?
You know what? Sure. He has just like a
Hematite
random...
wouldn't have any concept of banking.
Concept of what is a good or bad banker.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what money is. He has no concept of that. Me, Alexa, who has some interest in economics, terrible banker. Terrible. I hate that guy.
He probably just made the house more money than they've made in the past several months.
Yeah, whatever.
So if they have to close banking services for the day, it's not that big of a deal.
I don't know how complicated the economic system of this little world is, so I'm not gonna get into it.
Pretty fucking complicated.
Alright, fine, good.
Alright, then he's going to count out 43,000 gold worth of banknotes. He's going to count out $43,000 bills and hand them over to you. Mm-hmm. So, you got your cash, you got a big bag of gold. Careful with that.
Oh, no worries about this. I will not lose them. I have a bag of holding just in case.
Ah, yes, that's good. Good for transporting a lot of gold.
So I hear. Okay, I suppose then
Alfonso will gesture to the warden.
Oh, well, the house owns it now, so it takes orders from us? All right, follow me, he says to the warden.
I give a stoic look towards the rest of the party and follow him.
All right. He's going to lead you into this back office and close the door behind him. Warden, you're with him in that room, and I'll get to you in a moment. Istvan, Alfonso, Hematite, you're in this office bullpen. Few desks, Rizian's here, and a few others that you don't recognize. Anything you want to do?
Alfonso walks up to Rizian.
Well, I didn't expect you to do that.
Well, I once heard that the inevitable cannot be prevented, but it can be prolonged. But I'd like to think that in doing this, some good may be done.
And I'm going to hand over the banknotes to square away his debt.
Alfonso, I can't accept this.
But I can walk away.
What do I owe you in return? I could never possibly repay you.
You owe us doing nothing. My friend, I mean this very literally. Do nothing. You'll know what I mean when the time comes.
I walk up beside Alfonso. Live free, do good, be better than you are allowed to be.
I don't remember who I used to be. Thank you, the both of you. How much did you give him?
Whatever the debt was.
He told Istvan it was around 36,000.
That's what I gave him. Leaving us with 12,000, right?
Correct.
But 5 of it in cash.
5 of it in a big bag of gold coins.
Beautiful.
You put that in the bag of holding, right?
Obviously.
Okay, good.
Okay.
You don't endorse such a fine product for so long and not use it. Alfonso would just say, Allora, arrivederci, signori, and make his way outside.
Yep, I follow.
As soon as we step outside, the body language and the air of confidence that was coming from Alfonso slips away and he goes back to his normal, not so self-important self.
He's not high roller Alfonso anymore.
Yeah, exactly. He was hamming it up, playing it up inside, but now he's back to normal.
Can I do a vibe check for the last conversation?
You can, or, you could just ask them.
No, because Hematite could be really stupid and not understand any of this, or he could be right along with them and then charge forward. You know what I mean?
Hematite, you can roll insight.
It's a nat 20.
Wow.
Okay.
Amazing.
So, with that, can I know... What are we doing again? Where are we going from here? We gotta go find a captain or a ship or something?
I don't think anyone's told you the plan. I think since Hematite just rolled a nat 20 insight, this is a good opportunity to speak the whole plan, and if the plan makes sense, I think that Hematite on a nat 20 will understand.
Well, shall we try to sniff out a smuggler's den?
At that, Alfonso might notice a look on Hematite's face as Hematite is trying to suss this all out.
Signori Hematite, the plan is... come close, would you? Please come close.
Oh, yeah, what? What is it?
Perfetto. The plan is we take this money, see?
Oh, yeah.
We hire a captain or a smuggler of some sort to stow us away. controlled-like, and bring us to Tervalistas. So now, we go, we find this person, we pay them off.
Yeah.
We go back and get the warden, and then make our way out on ship.
Tervalistas is that place with all the fish, right?
There is plenty of fish.
Cool. Yeah, let's go.
And lots of people that do not know yet how to play cards.
Oh, sick. That's awesome. Yeah, we should totally go to, like, the harbor.
Fucking bankrupt my home village. Thanks a lot.
I think Tervalistas is a major metropolis, or at least a minor metropolis.
Watch Hematite.
Alfonso, this is a good opportunity. Roll history, please.
Yeah, you got it. 16.
Yeah, so just basic little history primer of Tervalistas. It is the capital of the brand new nation of Valinar, which is a nation populated by wood elves, mostly, and the other people in their orbit who do a lot of the other work of running a society for them, because these wood elves are very much warriors, and it's mostly what they're focused on. All of Valinar used to be part of the nation of Sire, and then over the years, more and more of these wood elves started exerting more control until they declared independence 6 years ago. And basically they're so powerful that Sire doesn't really want to fuck with them. There's a little bit of bloodshed here and there, but it's not a contested area. They won. They're an independent nation at this point. And so I imagine that as an artificer living there, you would have been aware of all this, but you're also very young for a gnome, so a lot of this may have went over your head, and you're also not frontline combatant.
But basically, it's a big enough city that there'd be a port that it would be reasonable to charter a ship to.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's actually inland on a river.
Ah, okay.
So you could make your way there, but it might not be as direct.
Yeah.
Sweet river fish.
And I do know that the prospect of fishing and playing cards is very exciting to you, Signori Hematite, but it will not be a quick journey, may not be easy, not one and done. We will have to go into the river. And when we get there, there is a strong military tradition.
Sure. Yeah, dude, don't worry about me. I've been across the ocean like 100 times, and I've swam 10 rivers before, so not worried about that, bro.
Well, then you can be in charge of catching us fish in the morning. Perfetto.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Hematite would grab Alfonso's hand and then run towards the harbor. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Come along, amici Istvan. I think we are going now.
All right, make a group survival check.
Unnatural 20.
17.
Mine's a 5.
Have you even been to Stormreach before?
Fucking nope.
Okay.
Oh, wow. You lied to us?
Uh-huh.
That's out of character.
I know. It's such a surprise.
Well, on that 17 and that 20, you can find your direction towards the harbor. But, as it was mentioned earlier, this city is built atop giant ruins, and it has many layers to it, and you are way up above the harbor. And so it's going to be quite a trip to get down there. Nothing too complicated, but maybe a bit time-consuming. Let's see how Warden's doing. So, this guy led you into the back room here and closed the door behind you. This room, by the way, is a little back office, basically. A desk piled high with papers, envelopes, stamps, and seals and things. There's a vault door inside here, too. And there's crates and barrels and things like that. And so he's going to go over to this desk, open up a drawer, and pull out a black cloth, shake it out, open it up into a big black circle. Lay it out on the floor, and it turns into a portable hole.
Nice.
And he says, all right, go ahead, get in.
How wondrous. And where might that lead?
Wait a minute. You can talk?
I'm gonna knock this guy out.
That was fast.
You said he closed the door behind him, Jimmy. We're alone.
He did. Yeah, that's right.
Andy wisened up since the Brug days, you know? This is a different...
He seems surprised. I'm going to attack him while he's surprised.
It's absolutely a surprise attack. Roll an attack with advantage.
Awesome. That's an 18 on the dice.
That's gonna hit.
Does this guy look tough at all, or does he look frail and unassuming?
He's of the same stock as Rizian, but he spends more of his time in the office. He's not really a field worker.
Great. I'm going to smite him anyways, because I want to make sure he goes down in one hit.
Jesus.
Lethal?
Non-lethal. This is...
Okay.
You got a problem.
Holy
buddy.
shit, these are some high fucking rolls. 31 points of damage.
Yeah, good luck explaining how 31 points of damage doesn't kill this guy. Go ahead and paint a picture.
As he's stammering with his words, trying to figure out how I can even ask a question unprompted, I just slowly take my greatsword out and, with the side of the blade, just push his entire body into this wall of stuff, and he crumples over in a heap.
It's like a hockey fight.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, he's out cold. And, mechanically identical to the guy that Brug knocked out. So,
Hell yeah.
there you go.
Something about honest ogres and days living.
Love it.
All right, that resolved pretty quickly. What are you going to do now?
I'm gonna look around this room. He didn't lock that door, right?
You didn't see him lock the door, no.
Yeah, okay.
If you're looking around the room, yeah, you see what I explained earlier. There's also a small window close to the ceiling. Too small for you to fit out, but
But I can see out of it?
yeah.
Cool. Great. I note that. I want to pick up the portable hole off the ground.
Great. You yourself are stolen house property. Why not steal some more?
Very curious.
Does it look like there are any weapons or anything in this room, or just mundane magic items?
Roll investigation or something to start looking around this room.
Cool. That's a 9.
Okay. On a 9, you find dust in pot.
Ah, yes.
You find some of that other junk that Istvan found.
Oh, I wonder, probably a scroll of spider climb, I would guess, is in there.
Scroll of spider climb. Yes.
Something about owning the means of production.
Fuck yes. Oh my god.
And I'm gonna take all of the stuff that we got and put it in the portable hole and take the portable hole.
This episode's been chock-a-block full of callbacks. That's probably the best one.
Yeah.
That was so perfect.
Okay. Now that you've also robbed them, what are you going to do?
I want to buy my allies a little time. I'm going to sit tight and only move if anybody comes to check on whatever this guy's name was.
Yeah, this guy has a name, but he didn't introduce himself. On that 9, he also has a key ring on him.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Great.
The Green Warden has no idea what it's for, by the way, but
If it will aid in our eventual departure, perhaps it's best to just take it.
All right, back to the others. So you are making your way down this very steep incline at this point. This part of the city is almost vertical. There's houses and things built into the side of ruins. Mostly you're going down stairs, these ramp-like streets. It's a vertical climb down, practically. And go ahead and roll perception as you're making your way through here.
13.
Nat 20!
Nice.
15.
23.
All right. Wow, so Hematite is the only one who notices there is a pickpocket about to reach into Alfonso's bag.
I'm gonna fucking claws out, hiss, and yowl at the same time at this guy. Just scare the bejesus out of him and lunge as close to him as possible without actually hurting him.
Okay. Roll intimidation.
Oh god. It's a 7.
This is exactly what happened on the way into town, too.
oh god.
No.
You see Hematite hiss and growl at basically a street urchin, like a child, taller than Alfonso, but not by much. Ooh. The kid leans in to pet you.
I'm gonna fucking bite him.
Oh,
My
Jesus.
god.
Yeah. I'm gonna bite him.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bunch of pissed off parents coming our way soon.
That's
Great.
right.
All right, roll an attack.
It's a nat 20.
Oh my god.
I just wanted to scare him.
Okay. Since this is a child, technically this should be a non-combatant.
I wanted to nip him. I didn't want to hurt him.
This child is going to scream and run away.
Great. That guy was loud. Let's go.
Okay, so on that nat 20, Hematite, you'd also notice, but Alfonso, you would notice too, on your 15. You can actually see, making their way up the hill, Bogner, accompanied by 2 more people in Iron Gate uniforms.
Ooh. Hold up. That guy from earlier is down there with some other guys. Is that bad? It seems bad.
It doesn't need to be. It does not need to be at all.
So we shouldn't fight him.
There is no need for that.
Not here.
Okay, I'm gonna hang back. You guys go first.
So as you close the distance here a little bit, you keep walking, they keep walking. Bogner locks eyes with you and then quickly looks away and pretends he didn't notice. He's gonna roll deception. He rolled a nat 1 on his deception. You definitely noticed him notice you, look away, and I'm gonna say, oddly enough, one of his companions also rolled a nat 1.
What the fuck?
It's just the way this happens. As they actually walk past you, you hear one say, "Do you know them?" "Nay, nay." And you can do what you will here.
How suspicious does the guard look after Bogner says no?
Not too suspicious. They noticed that Bogner looked at someone in the crowd and didn't play it very cool, but believed him when he said he didn't know that person.
Where Alfonso would be at with that is we're probably going to get made at some point. That's the reason we're getting an escape route. Let's just keep walking. And we'll do that.
So, down here by the docks, does it look like there's some sort of watering hole where seafarers congregate?
On the way here, you walked past quite a few businesses. You walked through small marketplaces, you walked past some inns, some taverns. You're walking past a lot of shops. Not very nice looking shops, but you do get the sense that if you wanted to buy anything, they might have anything you could be looking for.
Fucking artificer. I don't really need to buy anything. I don't think. I can do a lot of crazy shit with infusions, and then my fucking weapon is derived from my own armor. I think I'm good.
Nothing right now. I don't want to linger.
Okay, great. So as you make it lower and lower, you're approaching the harbor now. You can see all of these wooden wharfs in various states of disrepair and all kinds of different sized ships moored to them, and just a lot of people around. Up on the cliffside, across the bay, you see that statue of the storm giant that defines the look of the Stormreach skyline, looking down into the harbor. Seabirds circling overhead, you get this whiff of salt air, and so now you're in a crowd of people, and these are more rough and tumble type. You were warned about how Stormreach is. It's a pretty unsavory place. So you see humans and half-elves make up a plurality of these people, but not really a majority. This is a very diverse crowd. So you see a cosmopolitan diversity, like you've seen in Sharn, Alfonso. You know, mer people, sea elves, Hagen, half-giants, Aarakocra, Kenku. They're all just doing their thing, moving about. People are visibly drunk. They're fist fighting, throwing shit at each other, breaking bottles. It's wild out here.
Okay, damn.
Istvan, roll investigation to find that watering hole you were looking for.
It's only a 7.
Wait, can I roll investigation too? I also want to be looking for other cats.
Oh, yes. Everyone can roll investigation.
I just saved it. 22.
I got a nat 1. I gotta hold somebody's hand.
You don't see any other cats.
Oh, meow.
Not even normal cats. Istvan and Alfonso, you do see some other cats walking around on 4 legs. Hematite, you don't see them.
So weird, I'm the only cat here.
Alright, so you do come across this salty old watering hole, this sailor bar. It's made of boat parts salvaged over the years. Pieces have cracked off and been put back together in different interesting configurations.
What's it called?
This is called the Drowning Sorrows.
Perfect.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
There it is.
That actually came out of the 3rd edition Stormreach book.
Oh, shit.
Ah.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
All right, you going in?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go inside. If possible, this place is even saltier on the inside and even more rough and tumble than the harbor. It's just a constant bar fight with people throwing chairs and stools at each other. They're swinging from chandeliers. This is a raucous place.
This is awesome.
Cool. Istvan's gonna start fighting some fools.
Okay. Yeah, so 2 fools punching each other in the face repeatedly just make their way past your field of view.
Right. I jump up onto a bar stool and I attempt to very publicly knock their heads together and then push them apart.
Excellent. Roll that as an unarmed strike.
Yeah, I will. Natural 20.
Holy shit.
What the fuck is it with these hapless natural 20s happening?
We've had more nat 20s and nat 1s in like the last 20 minutes than I've ever seen in any
It's insane. It's
podcast
ridiculous.
or show.
That's pretty low on the 2d6. That's only 7 bludgeoning damage as I knock their heads together. I do have an extra attack if that's necessary.
It's not necessary. So you bash them together. They're both wobbling, and then they turn and they face you. What's your problem?
Listen up, you dogs! We need a captain who's ready to sail tonight.
Captain. One turns to the other. Are you a captain? No, I don't think so. Are you a captain? No.
Hamatar Spears, you're useless.
Can I see if anyone's playing cards?
Yeah, you look around the room and you see people engaged in all sorts of gambling.
Cool.
You see people playing dice, you see people playing cards, you see people arm wrestling, all kinds of stuff. People flipping tables and there's gold coins flying.
I would definitely grab a gold coin if I walked past it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna take that gold coin.
Roll sleight of hand.
Okay. That's a dirty 21.
All right. Yeah, you grab that without anybody noticing.
Great. Yeah. And then I'm going to walk over to the card game table and slap it down on the table and say, hey guys, let's play some cards.
All right. What's your game?
It's poker. Yeah.
You guys are never leaving this dump.
No. I got this. I'm going to play cards until I get us a boat. That's the deal.
We're going to be recording until I am able to afford a boat in real life.
I'm hoping that Jimmy will work some magic. We can, fast forward through some card games or something.
You guys have the money for the boat.
Andy, shut up! Let Hematite play! So while we're playing cards, Hematite's doing a spiel. He would ask the guys playing cards if they've heard about a boat for sale or the captain or something.
Captain. Roll persuasion.
11.
Okay. Roll your cards check.
It's a dirty 20.
Okay. Now roll that persuasion with advantage.
Mm-hmm. Now it's a 17.
All right. Hey, you're pretty good at this.
Yeah, dude, I've been playing cards for 100 years, so I'm pretty good.
I think that's true.
You're looking for a captain. That guy over there looks like a captain. And he's going to point over at the bar where you see an older man hunched over a drink.
Okay, I'm gonna wave. Where's Alfonso and Istvan?
Istvan is trying to bar fight someone into telling them where a captain would be.
Alfonso is out of place here in regards to the bar fighting specifically.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would imagine made his way over to be near Hematite.
Okay, cool.
Seeing a table of people and cards is a little more familiar and manageable.
Yeah.
So Hematite leans over to Alfonso. Hey, go talk to that guy over there. I'm gonna finish my hand.
Okay, someone has been identified. Someone who looks like a captain.
I mean, Alfonso will start walking over. Real quick, just for clarity, someone also told Istvan the same person?
I was about to tell Istvan.
Oh.
One of those two dopes was going to make their way around to telling Istvan the same information.
Gotcha.
Okay, Istvan arrives around the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alfonso would just give a little tug on this person's pant leg. Scusatemi.
Yeah? Oh, that's fancy armor you got there. You must be rich.
Well, I do have a propensity for spending my money in the right places. Ah, perfetto. This might be one of those instances. I hear you are the captain of a ship?
That's what my hat says. And he points to a hat on the bar, a white captain's hat with a visor. So he's looking at you now. You see this older human man, graying hair, gray beard, balding. He's got wrinkles, age lines in his face, and tanned from being out at sea. And he's wearing what maybe at one time was nice captain's clothing, but it's a little worn down now.
Is it a fast ship?
Yeah, it is a fast ship.
Yeah.
Seems legit to me.
Same here, got a nat 1. I'm sure it's the fastest ship in all the land.
So fast.
Okay. And it is your ship, huh? Because sometimes I wear this armor, but I still get hurt. The same way that captain's hat doesn't mean you own a ship, if you get my meaning.
I don't get your meaning, friend. You looking to go somewhere fast?
Very much so. We're looking to get the Valinar.
Valinar. Which one's that again?
Well, that doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. It is on the south shore of Corvair, east of Sharn. I am sure, though, your ship is fashioned with a map of some sort, correct?
Yeah. East of Sharn, you mean Zilargo?
Further east, my friend.
Sire.
Keep going.
Just say the word Valinar. That is the location.
So I think
Jimmy brought it up earlier that Valinar's
Yeah.
not very old as a nation state.
Oh, okay.
that's right. Valinar's a pretty new nation, and this is a pretty remote place.
Right. Okay.
I could take you to Sharn. People always going to Sharn.
Alfonso would just turn to Istvan. This is the belly of the beast. Merrick's to Cannith lives there. I'd recommend we port somewhere else.
Agree? Nah, we don't want to go to Sharn.
Sire would be fine. We can find our way the rest of the way.
Been a while since I've been up there. That's a long trip. You got the coin?
Indeed, I do. What is your time worth, friend?
Depends. How many heads? And what are you hauling?
Only passengers, myself, the gnome, a warforged, and no questions asked.
Not even one question?
I can give you 5,000 good reasons in this very moment why you would ask no questions.
5,000. Wow. He nudges the guy next to him at the bar who is in the same leaning over his drink pose. Granny, gather the boys, we're getting paid. And he slams a silver piece down on the bar and stands up and almost falls over. All right, let's go.
Alfonso takes 1 gold coin. Your life of luxury begins now, and puts it on top of the silver coin as an extra big tip to the barkeep.
The barkeep is dodging things being thrown in the room. He's gonna roll a dex save, I guess. You've rolled a nat 1. Wow, that's the third one of the night.
God.
Just as you try to make eye contact with the barkeep, he notices you do that, and then he just gets wiped out by a thrown bar stool.
Wow.
Amazing.
Cool.
And someone else is going to run up and just take both coins off the bar and run away.
Of course.
It's Stormreach.
Alfonso is going to start walking out and look back to Hematite.
Okay, so Hematite, as they're making their way out the bar, they turn around and look to check in on you.
Oh, yeah.
You've amassed another stack of coins in front of you.
Oh, shit.
Fucking crook.
In the couple of minutes that you've been in here, you've made 13 gold coins.
It's 13 of the same coin.
It's a few different coins, actually, from a few of the different nations of Corvair.
Okay.
They're all equivalent in value, but they were minted in different nations. They've got different little pictures on them.
Okay, I'm gonna see them, and then I'm gonna look at the guys at the table and be like, hey, I gotta go, but you guys have all been super cool. And then I'm going to take out some bits of dragon scale and my ruby, toss it on the table, and grab 3 of the coins. All different ones, and then skedaddle.
Okay, you're going to leave the rest of your winnings on the table?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Character growth.
I love that. Hematite likes to win, but has no concept of riches
That's
or
right.
accruing wealth.
He doesn't need more gold.
These fucking day drinker gamblers are in here pissing away their money, and a 2-foot-tall cat comes in,
Fleeces every last motherfucking
fleeces
one of them.
all of them.
And then just runs away.
What a fucking tale.
It's Stormreach. Nobody even thinks twice about a talking cat playing cards.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, so you make your way out of this place. The captain, he's now accompanied by 3 other sailor-type guys, younger, still look like they've been doing this a while, seem to have pretty good rapport with one another, like they've been together doing this for a while, but, you know, they're all holding each other up, drunk, stumbling around. Oh, by the way, call me Rove.
Very well. Call me Alfonso Carlucci Rocatella.
That's a long name.
Rove, would you care to show us to your ship?
Ah, right. That's what we were doing. Okay. So Rove is going to stumble closer to the water now, down one of these wharfs, teetering from side to side. At some point, he almost falls in. He doesn't.
Good.
Wow, okay. Really thought he would.
And he's going to stop at a ship here. This is a pretty long ship with 2 masts, white sails, and a couple of signal flags on the rigging. And on the side of it, it says Will-O-Wisp.
Nice.
There she is. Beautiful, ain't she? Roll perception.
6. It appears to be a ship.
8.
I got a 10.
Man.
None of you really know that much about ships, but it's floating, and there's no holes in the sails. He's a sailor. It's a boat.
Hematite is looking at the ship, little teeny tiny guy with his paws on his waist. Yeah, I got a really good feeling about this. This is a great ship. I've been around ships for a long time. This one, you got a good guy. This is gonna be good.
Alright, so when are we gonna be leaving then? Tomorrow, or the next day?
Tonight, or sooner if possible.
Tonight? That's gonna be, 5,000 gold, huh? Alright, do your thing, boys. Get the... Go. and the other sailors are going to stumble back onto the ship, up the gangplank, almost fall off, and start hauling rope.
Oh, wow. Oh, nice. Nice.
I mean, was nobody going to say that this guy's opening voice was literally just Jib?
A little, maybe.
Jib and Vernon, actually, kind of mixed.
Yeah, he's a little Vernon-ish. I almost named him Captain Mangrove, because I like that name. That's Jib's actual name.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah. Grazie mille. Lovely ship. We will see you soon. Do not move anywhere. Prepare for us. We shall be back soon.
Okay. See you soon.
Tell you, the fucking teleporter plan's starting to sound a lot sweeter now that we've met this lovely crew. Nonetheless, we're here, we've committed, let's do it. It's going to be fun. I'm ready to queue up a Season 2 pirate game. It's all good.
I mean, we could have shopped around for a captain, but...
What's wrong? You don't want this steed-ass looking guy?
It'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting.
The ship name is cool. I think it's worth it.
I think Rove is going to be alright.
I have the feeling that Rove is going to be seemingly useless, but one of those people that under pressure is brilliant. I have this feeling. We shall see. That probably will backfire as soon as Jimmy Dice get involved.
Is it because every other character in this season has been based on a trope like that? Is that why?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was sarcasm, clearly.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
We're just making our way back.
Yeah, and I want to be making perception checks, but that's it.
What are you looking for?
Kitties.
More cats. I want to be looking for cats, any kind of cat. And then also, honestly, more pickpockets.
Okay.
You know?
It's good to be looking for pickpockets anyway.
Yeah.
Roll perception with advantage to use your cat sense.
That's a 19.
You hang back a little bit as Istvan and Alfonso run ahead, and on a 19, you can sense there are definitely cats around here. A few of them, actually, on a 19. You can sense they were here recently.
Cats like me are walking on all fours. Cats.
There are thousands of four-legged cats in the immediate region, but cats like you, there are a few as well.
Ooh. So... it would probably be a scent-based thing, and it would probably be the familiar scent, knowing that it's a cat like me.
Yes.
Can I tell where they are now? You said that they're not in the area anymore?
You don't see them right here where you're standing, but they were around here not too long ago.
Okay, cool. I'm going to keep following Istvan and Alfonso for now.
Yeah, so you start dashing back up the hill of the city. Actually, Hematite, you're the fastest. So, I don't know if you want to stay together or run at your actual speeds.
I would stay with them, because at this point, I'm less certain about where we're going, and I'm keeping an eye out for other cats like me, so I'd stay with them.
Okay. On that 19 perception, you can follow your own track back to where you're going.
Alfonso can only go as fast as Alfonso goes right now.
Gotcha. All right. Warden, you are sitting in this little office doing nothing. Really?
Warden will get up from wherever he was remaining inert. I would put the guy that I knocked out under something really heavy or tie him up or something. Just put a heavy thing on him. I don't know, like the desk. And look out the window and misty step out the window.
Okay, yeah, you do that. You misty step into a back alleyway behind this building. Tell me what you do.
I start heading towards the harbor.
Okay.
I would try and avoid a lot of people, crowds, or big streets or something, but I'll head generally in the direction of the harbor.
Okay. There's not a main road really to speak of. Making your way down to the harbor, it's almost like Plinko. There's just any number of different ways to make your way down. So, if you're trying to avoid a lot of people, I would say roll stealth.
Let me ask this. Would I think that if I got a high vantage, is the harbor close enough that I would be able to see people or not?
No, you can see that there are people down there. You can't see individual people.
Great. All right. Here's stealth. With disadvantage, that is a 9 minus 1, that's an 8.
I just picture, an 8 stealth roll. It's like this huge rock monster, and people in their houses see him just walking past, and they're like, what is that?
Actually, not that weirdly out of place here in Stormreach. Not something you see all the time, but rock monsters that look a little like this do exist in Zendrick. Istvan and Alfonso, what's your plan? And Hematite?
We're just making our way back. And let's fucking hope we see Warden.
Okay.
Warden is bigger.
Warden is big and didn't do very well on his stealth check and is trying to get a good vantage. He's looking out for Istvan and Alfonso. You didn't roll a perception, though, did you?
Nope.
Roll perception.
Okay. There we go. That's a 17.
Okay. So, since you rolled so poorly on your stealth, this is just going to be passive. They're not expecting to see you out. But they do anyway, because you rolled so badly. As you're getting closer to the Kundarak office now, and Warden, you're making your way down, you are going to intersect here, and you would see Istvan, Alfonso, and Hematite through the crowd, this rock monster head peeking up over this sea of people and all kinds of different things. You'd see him making his way down the city as you're making your way back up.
Well, it appears Warden got tired of waiting for us.
I move towards them.
Okay. Yeah, you can make your way through the crowd, through the streets, and up and over things, and you're making your way down some stairs towards them while they're making their way up. And you can converge here.
Hey, good job getting out of that thing. One time, these guys caught me, and I bit their leg off, so...
Quite the tale, I'm sure, but we should be going now, friends.
Totally.
Signori Warden, we found a safe passage. Well, the safe part is yet to be revealed to us, but a passage nonetheless. We head back to the docks.
Well done.
And from behind you, Warden, the shoe drops. You hear, there it is. And you see these 3 Iron Gate guards, Bogner and 2 others, although Bogner standing back a bit. Roll initiative.
As I was saying, we should go.
Okay. Natural 20 for a 23.
Wow. Natural 20 for a 19.
Nice. 18.
I got a 7. It's my lowest initiative ever.
All right, so you see these 3 Iron Gate guards making their way down the hill, pushing their way through the crowd, shoving people out of the way, toppling stuff over. They're trying to move more quickly towards you now that they've spotted you. Alfonso's up first in the order.
How far away are they right now, at the moment of this initiative starting?
They are about 40 feet away, but it's difficult terrain. There's a lot of stuff in the way.
Amici Istvan, I have no intent to hurt your brother, but they should not know to where we flee. We should do our best to outpace them, but if they catch up to us before we reach the docks, we must subdue them. They cannot know where we are headed.
Istvan nods, says nothing.
I'm going to start just by seeing how we fare and just running. So I'm going to move and bonus action Misty Step.
Okay, you move half your movement, and then Misty Step ignores difficult terrain. So how far did you move?
I also would dash, I guess, as my action. So 60 feet total.
Yeah, Alfonso, you just start running the other direction, and Warden's up next in the order.
All right. Would you say that any of the following are in this terrain where we are fighting? Roots and vines, rocks, trees, grass, and undergrowth.
Not trees or undergrowth. You could probably make some grass happen.
The ones I'm really looking for are roots and vines or rocks.
This ain't Brug's apartment. You have a fucking Brug-shaped window.
There's gotta be rock.
Oh, absolutely. Sorry. Yes,
Oh,
rocks.
yeah, fuck.
You can definitely, rocks for sure.
But not roots and vines?
No, you're in a city blocks. No.
Okay, cool. This spell sucks. I am going to move, dash with my action, and also bonus action Misty Step.
All right.
In the same direction as Alfonso, that should get me 60 feet.
Okay. 60 feet. Istvan.
Istvan moves 15 feet. Bonus action, activates Kensei's shot, readies an attack action.
Okay. Bogner's turn. He is keeping pace, jogging, doesn't seem to be trying too hard to catch up. Then this other Iron Gate guard, one of the other ones here, very muscular looking dwarf, the huge sword on their back, gonna move and dash towards you.
Okay, at some point that is going to trigger my ready to action. So, I hope a 22 hits.
22 definitely hits.
Okay, so both attacks hit, and this Iron Gate guard takes 9 points of fire damage from Temper. There we go! And 15 points of bludgeoning damage from another thrown light hammer.
Okay. You seem to have caught this guard off their guard. They were going after Warden, and then this random dwarf in the crowd starts attacking. All right. That is the other Iron Gate guard. Similar uniform, but you would know from your time in the Iron Gate, this person is a caster. It's a bit of a longer robe-like garment with the same Kundarak insignia, but not as armored. And none of their spells can reach you. So they're running.
What the fuck?
Oh, they're running, and actually, this caster is going to gesture towards you with their open palm through this crowd of people and try to part this crowd, send this arcane burst towards Istvan, because Istvan is actively attacking.
Yep.
And that will be 15 to hit.
Misses.
Oh, but this is a good stat block. It's going to do it twice more.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Wow, these are strong. That's 18 psychic damage.
Okay.
As this orb of purple arcane energy courses through the crowd of people and finds its way directly to your face and envelops your head. And there's one more coming at you. And that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
All right. And that's going to be 15 more psychic damage. All right, Hematite.
Hematite's turn. Okay, Hematite's gonna run towards the guards.
There it is.
Okay.
I've been waiting this whole time. Okay, Hematite has a 50 speed. How close are they to me?
They use their movement without dashing. It's difficult terrain, so that means that they are 25 feet away from you.
Which is great because difficult terrain cuts your speed in half. And my speed is 50.
That's right. So you can make it there.
So I'm gonna run up to the caster. I'm gonna rage.
Nice.
And I'm gonna reckless attack.
Excellent.
With my claws out. So the first claw is a 14.
14 hits.
Okay, great. So that's 12 points of damage.
Okay, so you reach out to scratch at this person, and you feel yourself mentally redirected. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That's a 4.
Yeah, so you lash out at this wizard, and your attack is mentally redirected, and it actually lands on the other Iron Gate guard, who takes the damage.
Okay, cool.
Cool. That's cool.
But that's one claw of 3.
Right, keep going.
So the second one, 18 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, cool.
Roll damage.
Okay. So claw 2 does 12 points of damage.
Okay.
And the third claw... Oh, jeez. Okay, so it's a 26 to hit.
Absolutely.
And 11 points of damage.
Okay, this person is not injured very badly, but you did definitely catch them by surprise and hurt them in a way they weren't expecting.
And that other guard, how hurt is he?
He doesn't look very hurt.
I'm hissing the entire time. That's it.
All right. We're back to the top of the order with Alfonso.
Looking back, what do I see in terms of distances between the guards and Istvan in particular? I can clearly see that Hematite has gone into range, but how far are they all from me, and how far are they from Istvan?
They are 75 feet from you and 30 feet from Istvan.
Okay, Alfonso is going to stay at a distance, but rather than continuing to move, will stand his ground and lightning launcher the caster, based on the fact that Alfonso clocked Hematite trying, and this caster seems like a pretty formidable threat.
Okay. Go ahead.
That first attack is a 15 to hit, actually, which still isn't that great. It's a pretty shitty roll.
15 does hit, though.
Oh, cool. Shit. That is 16 lightning damage.
Wow.
That is a 17, which also hits. And that is 12 lightning damage.
All right. Describe how your lightning arcs through this crowd, finding your target and felling them.
Yep. Alfonso will look down to his satchel where the radio is. I've said it so many times before, but this time, Fratelli, we are truly close. Help me. This one last time. Strike through. And I will launch my lightning launcher. Luciano will guide me, weaving in and around people, and just strike this caster center in the face as they shake in place, eventually slumping to the ground unconscious.
As the fist flies, he's going...
Hell yeah. Yes. Here for that. And otherwise, that's my turn. I'm going to stand my ground.
Okay, great. So, yeah, this person's knocked unconscious, and that's Warden's turn.
So Alfonso didn't move away at all?
No, Alfonso stood his ground.
Okay, so it looks like we're fighting now. Okay.
Very well. Then let Let us fight for our freedom.
And Warden is going to turn around, look at the other agent, and cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
That is going to be a 17 to hit.
No, 17 just barely misses.
Oh.
And now, as things are really kicking off in this combat, there's lightning flying around and chromatic orbs running astray. People in Stormreach are pretty used to this. They've seen this kind of thing a lot. Not an immense amount of panic, but people are starting to clear the streets and rush away, speed walking away from this area.
Yeah, like, oh god, here we go again. Let's just get out of here.
So this is actually no longer difficult terrain.
In that case, I'm going to bonus action quicken another Chromatic Orb. There we go. That, in fact, is a nat 20 on the green dice.
Of course it is.
I saw your green D6 earlier, and I was like, at some point we're getting a nat 20, because that fucking D20 is probably cooking nearby.
I rolled the blue one for the first attack, so here we go. So that's 6d8. That is 26 fire damage.
Wow. Okay.
And I'll stand my ground.
Okay. You stand your ground. Great. That's Istvan.
Okay, I move a little closer to this Iron Gate guard. I throw 2 hammers. We know a 12 doesn't hit, but a 21 does.
21 hits.
Okay. So that's 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I action surge.
Nice.
I throw another 2 hammers.
Yeah. Haven't had one of these turns in a while where we just get 55 fucking hammers getting thrown around.
So that's another one with a low roll and a high roll. 11 doesn't hit, but 24 does.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's another 8 points of bludgeoning damage. I run all the way up to this Iron Gate guard. I bonus action Flurry of Blows.
Jesus.
That's another low roll, high roll. 9 doesn't hit, but 26 does.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
love, they just keep widening.
So that's 7 more bludgeoning damage, and could the Iron Gate guard make me a con save, please? As I attempt to make this last attack a stunning fist.
Okay. Indomitable. They rolled worse the second time, so that's a 4.
Cool, they're stunned.
Nice.
Jimmy Dice says indomitable? How about dominable?
Yeah, so Istvan has thrown every single hammer they have.
Yeah, they have.
And now
Yeah, they
runs
have.
up to the guard and throws a jab, hits right into an armor plate, but then gets them with the uppercut and really just knocks the wind out of them. This guard is seeing stars.
Yeah, and this guard is stunned, standing stone still, and ekes out, "What kind of thieves are you?" Those words, right as you do that.
There's not a rogue among us. And he thinks that we're thieves. It's great.
Okay, Wagner is going to use his turn tending to the felled wizard, just attempting to medically stabilize this wizard. No healing. And then this is the stunned guard's turn. Pass, right? I know you did this to Rizzy in episode 3. Remind me, how does this condition end?
So I believe the guard is stunned until the beginning of my next turn.
Gotcha.
Oh, excuse me. It's the end of my next turn.
Wow,
That's even worse.
that's good.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Good, that's Hematite.
So both of the people are still technically alive, right?
Yes. One is unconscious, one is standing but completely stunned, unable to move. And Istvan's brother is tending to the one that fell over.
How do we end initiative? Do these guys have to die, or does the group have to leave?
They don't have to die. They have to surrender, or you have to run away, or you have to kill all 3 of them, or the 2 that are actually aggressive here.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Istvan, because Istvan's closest. Hey, I can take care of these guys, but you guys should go. Like, be safe. Go get on the thing. Do you still have my acorn?
I do?
Okay, so that's good. You'll be okay.
Do you still have my compass?
Oh yeah, totally. I'm not getting rid of that thing.
Then you'll be alright too, I guess.
Yeah. And then I'm going to make the stunned one unconscious. I would like to jump on him and slash him in a way that he stays down.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Does have advantage since it is stunned.
Yeah, you don't even need to do these recklessly. And if they're all going into this guy, you can roll all 3 attacks. Tell me all 3, and then roll however many damages after.
Okay, 17 is the first one.
17 misses.
The second one is 24.
That hits. And the third one?
And the third one is 27.
27 hits as well. Very nice. Roll damage twice.
So 2 damages, 20.
Excellent. Yeah, this guy's looking real fucked up now. He still has a bit of fight in him, but you've hurt him quite a bit now.
And I'm on him.
Yeah, there's no real advantage to being on him.
What'd you say?
Alright, that's Alfonso.
I guess with the crowd clearing out like that, I believe I probably would have at least seen, if not overheard, the exchange between Hematite and Istvan.
Yeah, sure.
And also seeing Hematite pounce on this last remaining guard, and this guard looking bloodied, I think Alfonso would have the good judgment to continue running. And I'm going to use all of my movement, including the dash, and then burn a second level spell slot on Misty Step for 90 feet of movement total.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, so you are making your way back towards the harbor. Warden's turn.
Until we meet again, friend Hematite.
And Warden will turn and do the same. So move, dash, Misty Step.
All right. And how much movement does that cover?
So that's 90.
90. Excellent. Istvan.
Jimmy, I have a picture of this in my mind, and correct me if it's wrong, but this city, it's tiered, right? There are ledges down to different levels.
Yes.
Is there one that's nearby that I could jump down to a lower level of the city?
There is one. Tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you if you need to roll something or if it just happens with movement. Let me know.
So, the first thing I'm going to do is I would walk up to this ledge, and before I leap over, get a couple of pot shots in at this last Iron Gate guard. Bonus action to Kensei's shot.
Okay.
So, the first hit is a 24, which we know hits.
Yep.
And the second is a 21, which hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, it's going to be 14 fire and 11 bludgeoning damage.
All right. On those 2 tossed off hits, you get the sense that you actually could finish off this guy if you were to put a little bit more into it.
I've already used my action and my bonus action, and I only have 1 action surge. A rest.
Okay.
So, Istvan trusts in Hematite and gives one last look over at Bognor, nods,
Bogner nods back at you as if to say, go.
and then jumps off the ledge down to the lower level of the city, whatever that distance might be.
And that distance is irrelevant because you slow fall
Yes.
and land safely and run. Excellent. All right, that is going to be this guard's turn. He shakes off the stun and he turns to Bogner. Oh, you're letting them get away! And Bogner gestures to the wizard laying on the ground. And this guard is going to... This guard hasn't even attacked this combat. I just realized I'm looking at the stat block. I haven't done any of this stuff
Yeah,
yet.
that's right.
Wow, this guard has 3 attacks, a multi-attack. So, 3 attacks coming at you, Hematite.
Okay.
So nonchalant.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it.
That's a 14 to hit on the first one.
No.
Okay. Waving wildly as this cat is stuck to his face.
Hissing the
Yes.
entire time, screeching.
Oh my god, that's an 11 on the second
no.
one.
No! No.
And that's a 14 on the third one.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't worried.
That was a 5, a 2, and a 5.
Oh, man. What a bad day.
What a bad day for House Kundarak.
Yeah.
Yeah, armor class 15.
Just in reach.
Yeah.
He is going to bonus action second wind, though.
Okay.
Regain a little bit of health here.
Oh, cool.
Fighter.
Hematite's up.
Okay, so the wizard is down. Istvan's sibling, whose name I can never remember, is not really fighting. I'm not worried about them. This guy sucks. I'm gonna claw him. Just once, though. I'm not gonna try and make it a full attack. 15.
No, 15 misses.
Alright, so then the way this is set up is I can either attack again or run away.
Yeah, you have 3 attacks on your turn.
Okay, then yeah, I guess I'll attack him again and then run away.
Okay.
Oh, and the second one is 24.
24 hits.
Cool. And then that's 9 points of damage.
He's looking real hurt, real bloodied. He's got all these cat scratches all over his face and arms, and he's still wildly swinging his sword around, almost hitting people in the crowd.
I'm gonna attack him one more time. I want him to be unconscious before I try to get away.
Okay.
Oh, it's a nat 20!
Yes!
Excellent.
Probably gonna do it.
It's 10 points of damage.
Okay, and he's still a little bit up.
Fuck,
Damn.
man!
Damn.
Alright, well, I'm still around. It's fine.
Alright, that's your turn.
I'd still like to stay on his head if I can.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
his back or something. Like, he's swiping at me and I'm swiping at him, and I'm just crawling around him and hanging on.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. The rest of the party is now exited this combat, running back toward the harbor. You've disappeared back into the crowd. We'll catch up with you in a minute. This guard is still attacking you with his sword.
Okay.
And that's an 11 to hit. That's a crit fail.
Wow.
You can take an attack of opportunity here if you want, since you're on his face.
I'm going to.
Great. Perfect.
So that was an 18,
Just hits.
but it does hit.
It does hit.
Great. And then that's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage is one more than you need.
Nice.
Tell us how you did it.
So this whole time, he's hissing, he's yowling, he's making a huge fuss so that everyone is looking. And then he's gonna do one of those things where he climbs on top of his head, puts his claws in the guy's face, and propels himself off of the guy, gouging his eyes. And then he's gonna shoot into an alley and start looking for the cat friends that he smelled earlier.
Hematite, roll one more perception check with advantage.
15.
Okay, on that 15, you can pick up the trail of some of these other cats that are like you. And as you sniff around a little bit, you start looking around. You see some of these shops around Stormreach. And you see on a nearby tavern a sign hanging outside says, "The Cat's Eye."
Mother. Fucker.
Very cool.
Yes!
Very cool. Wow.
Hematite scampers up to the door and kicks it in and goes, "Yo, Feldspar, I'm back!"
A bunch of people in the bar go, "Hematite!"
Oh god! Hematite got the cheers ending! Fuck!
Hematite got the cheers ending.
Wow.
Let's play some cards! You wanna play cards?
I have so many questions about the cat's eye.
We're not going to get any answers about the cat's eye, I bet you.
We are not. Yeah, can't wait for it to show up in fucking Valinor. Honestly, at this point, that door is open.
Yeah. Okay. So you'd still be running, right? Just full on running as fast as you can.
As far as Alfonso knows, there's no knowing how successful Hematite was and if more reinforcements are coming. Booking it.
Warden's following Alfonso.
Yeah, so you're booking it, climbing down these stairs, or in Istvan's case, probably just jumping off ledges and making your way down the city.
Hey, Warden's got Featherfall. You guys can be cool, too.
If it's faster, I would do that. Whatever is the fastest. I mean, I see Istvan.
I see
I
this
would
coming.
take
I know what you're-
Alfonso
There
in
it
my
is.
hands.
I knew it.
I would put him on my shoulder, and I would cast Featherfall.
Featherfall just a duration, you can just fall as many times as you want, or is it once as a reaction?
It lasts like 10 minutes or something.
I think it's a minute.
1 minute.
Lasts a minute.
The spell ends, though, after you fall once. Lasts a minute until you fall.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
You can still pick me up if you wanna.
You can also probably throw Alfonso pretty far with Featherfall on him.
I know.
Fucking discus me over to the docks. Arrivederci.
I do a combination of these things as we run towards the ship.
You find your way back to the harbor, pushing your way through this crowd. Again, people in Stormreach are used to this kind of shit. They don't pay you any mind at all.
I get New York City vibes in Boston in terms of just attitude. Oh, another day, another fucking rock monster hurling spells at some peeps.
Pretty much, yeah.
That happened to me in Boston all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. And you find your way back to this ship, the Will-O-Wisp, where you can see a few more crew members now preparing this ship to get going. They've done whatever you do to get a ship ready to get going. Open the sails, I presume. Not quite sure. But yeah, they're getting stuff ready. You can make your way right up to this ship and onto the gangplank. They are going to see Warden, the captain, will approach and say, "I thought you said no cargo. What's this?
I mentioned the Warforged, did I not?
Warforged. Aren't those, I ain't worried about it."
I thought I also mentioned no questions asked.
Oh, right. No more questions. Enjoy the voyage.
I'm sure we will have plenty of time to get acquainted, Captain.
Aye. Granny, what's the thing I say when the boat... And then Granny will say, "Raise the anchor, shove off." And yeah, they get this ship in motion, get it moving, navigate out the harbor a little bit, weaving between these other ships as you see Stormreach start to shrink into the distance.
And at no point did we see anyone following to the docks? No new reinforcements or anything?
Roll perception.
I'm not privy to any danger with a 5.
You look frantically at the crowd back at the harbor, at all the different layers of all of the buildings and all of the giant ruins and buildings constructed out of ships and all of this crazy shit, the big storm giant statue on the hill, and you're looking for something that's going to come and hurt you, and you don't see anything.
In that case, Alfonso will have a seat towards the edge of the ship so that he can continually look out to the open sea and pluck out the radio from his bag and just place it next to him. It took many promises to get here, but do you see now? We head home.
Home. I can hardly wait.
And what's more, we go there with our new familia. And Alfonso looks back to Warden and Istvan.
Warden,
Master Istvan.
House Kundarak will not stop hunting you, and nor will House Cannith. You are a skilled warrior, but to live as you are is a dangerous prospect.
From what I have seen of this journey, that can be said for many souls. Your brother made a choice, just as you and Rizian and others before them. And I am sure, I know, there will be some who will try to find or capture me. But I sail now in the company of free souls, and I would wish for nothing less.
Istvan looks up to the rings of Sybaris. While my inner flame burns, I swear I will fight to keep your soul free.
And I, yours, Master Istvan.
And we shall do the same. Alfonso walks up to this conversation, holding the radio in front of him.
See.
Yeah, so you sail out of this harbor, out of this little inlet bay here, more into open waters here. Captain Rove stumbles over. Looks like weather ahead. Points off the bow of the ship, and you see dark clouds gathering in the distance close to the horizon. A couple flashes of lightning, and then a little while later you hear some thunder. And then among the lightning and the clouds, you see dragon wings approaching.
Holy shit.
What?
Warden, looking up at the clear sky directly above you, you see this form of Chronepsis, the constellation in the sky, watching as always. Roll religion.
Okay, that is a dirty 20.
Yeah, on the dirty 20, you can trace the gaze of Chronepsis. Chronepsis is watching the figure of Orion, which is watching you. And that's where we'll end this season.
Okay.
Wow.
Jimmy, did you give us the Terminator ending? Where we're like at the gas station and someone just says, bad weather ahead, and then storms are in the distance as we drive off?
Yeah, can I go get the Cheers ending with Hematite?
Yeah. Here, I really thought it was going to be the Pirates ending, so...
Yeah.
Maybe a little of all of the above.
We'll see. Pods of the Multiverse is produced by Jimmy Affatigato, that's me, and edited by Scala with music by Andy Berger and art by Alexa Reilly. Thanks to our Patreon supporters and a special thanks to our Holy Avengers, May, Jake, Chris, and John. For $5 a month on Patreon, you can access every episode of Table Talk, our post-game recap show. Yeah, you guys made it out of Stormreach.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Out of Zendrick, and I'm sure that's the end of your troubles.
On to smaller and better, because everything's bigger in Zendrick. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.